we'd like to sincerely thank our Patreon supporters.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Kagan and I are in the back of the cages, and we figured, let's see, the last couple feedings, like we did rats and then chicken and then eggs and then chicken and then quail and chicks, and then I think it's time for fish. So yesterday, I never fish on Sundays, and I was like, you know what, let's go launch the kayaks, and we could fish for a little bit first thing in the morning, but it's Sunday, it's gonna be busy. And it wasn't busy because I think everybody else read the weather report and apparently like some nasty storm came in. We got pelted with hail.
It was an adventure.
Yeah, some insane wind, but we got a slot snook. We got a nice size flounder, some snapper, and even though it was super windy, I think I cast netted like a dozen mullet or so. I wanted to get a bunch of sand perch or white bait, whether it be Manhattan, greenies, whatever, juvenile white bait. If I could have found a school of them, I would have cast netted them for the littles, so they could have got whole little fish. But I think we're gonna cut up some of that fish to feed the monitors. Excuse the lighting, I'm walking into the hallway. All right, the camera adjusted. And I mean, we've got all sorts of cool stuff going on inside the hallway. That Guru Sulfur male is out. I know Kagan was just playing around with him. So he's out sunning himself. If you guys are seeing him. Yeah, I might even go in for a better shot in a second. But big news is that Lily finally laid that clutch, and you guys know how big she looks when she's full of eggs. So now she is empty. She's got the wrinkle down the side. She's gonna be food crazy right now. So we're gonna have to block her in her hide box at some point when it's cooler. And I see a slug floating in her water. That will always happen after they lay a clutch of eggs. Sometimes there's a couple that just end up on the floor of the enclosure or in the water or something like that. But let's see if we can't get a shot of that Guru Sulfur male. Now, he let Kagan in here just a moment ago to, she was just picking some loose skin off of him. He's just beautiful. The fact that he is sitting out and letting us film him without running away is a testament to the progress that she's making with him. She was just in here petting him, which is incredible. So I know that he is still not sure about me. I could see even when she's petting him, he tenses up when I come around. But I'm the guy who has to carry him back in the hide box when it's cold outside. So that little bit of forced handling will make them remember you. I know Kagan was mentioning how Pink's, she's about a week and a half after, look, there's another one of her slugs right there. She laid her eggs. There's another slug on the ground here. We had only gotten the 5 out of the dirt, but look at the color. Can you guys see the color where she's shedding? What are you, being defensive because I got a camera?
She's hungry today.
Oh yeah, they become starving after they lay their clutch. So those two females are going to be really excited for food. I'll show you what's inside the cooler. The first thing I'm going to do is try and fillet a side with skin in the rib cage and whatnot. We're still going to have to add some calcium and vitamins to it for the babies and juveniles, because like I said, I didn't get the whole fish like I wanted to. Still on ice, but fish cools off very fast. But you know, there's carcass. It was a 28 3/8 inch snook. It's got to be 28 inches. Got some whole jack in there, some mangrove snapper, a nice size flounder
That we had for dinner last night.
Yeah, we did have for dinner last night. Yeah, and then there's a whole bunch of mullet in there, and the mullet are really what I mean, if there is a minnow of the salt water, and they'll get a couple pounds, but that's perfect perfect size mullet for some of the monitors. but I'll pick one of the bigger ones. Oh, Kagan even got a ladyfish, which is a very oily fish, but I'm sure the monitors will love that. And those are fish that don't have the jack, the ladyfish. Oh, there's a bluefish in there. And bluefish you can actually eat. Bluefish is actually quite good to eat, but you know, flounder, snook, and snapper, we clean those. The monitors are gonna get the others. Oh, and you got a really nice pompano, and I'm trying to show her how to hold the pompano. And I'm like, yeah, hold it like this for a picture. It looks better, you know, your hand like behind the gill plate. And the thing flipped and slipped out of my hands. And like an amateur, I dropped her pompano, probably the best eating fish out of the whole group, back into the water, and it swam away. But I think I redeemed myself. I think I got all the other keepers in there. But Kagan's second time out, and she's upped her snook. I think that one was about 24 inches on artificial. I know someone's like, oh, I went snook fishing once and I caught a big one. This isn't fishing dead bait on the bottom. This isn't fishing live bait against sea walls or fishing in an inlet. This is throwing artificial baits in an estuary, and you got to earn those fish. So it's pretty cool to see her up herself again, and we'll continue trying. That was only her second time fishing in saltwater, so super cool. So what we're gonna do is fillet out one of those mullet, because I have all the trays for the juvenile albinos, the first group, the second group, which we split, the demurrals, the I think that's the female black dragon, the male sulfur, or yeah, the male sulfur, the albinos, and some of the driveway animals. We have the, well, actually, you know what? Let's put these guys in this row. You know what? Those I think were in the right spot. Like it matters to you. I actually try to remember what tray belonged to what animal, believe it or not. To try and keep it to the same animals. Now, I know someone's gonna say about mixing up bacteria and things like that. So my idea for this area is to white rock, just like the hallway, about 8 feet off the back of the enclosures and all the way across the back. I want white rock here. So when I set temporary enclosures back here, I don't have to worry about weed whacking and weeds and stuff underneath it. It will be white rock. Now, I know weeds can still grow through the white rock, but if I have it like 8 inches thick with weed blocker below, it's less likely and easier to pull up and manage. So, and I want my cutting board out here. So this morning, I just moved the cutting board out here because with it sitting up against this screen, it was going to rust the screen. It was going to happen. Coated or not coated, it was going to rust it. So I moved it out here. I feel better about that. Now I can also use both sides. You can see how through chopping, I've been wearing through that 2x12. Now I can use this other side, walk around to the other side. But I can also add a slop sink. And a slop sink, after I feed the animals, I could put all of these things, maybe even a double slop sink. So I could put a very light percentage bleach water in there and bleach the trays. Or someone else mentioned another food grade cleaning agent to soak in, and I will look and ask again when we're at that point to soak the trays so they're clean, and then rinse them off, and then know that if I cross-contaminate trays, at least they're all clean. And maybe we'll go to stainless at some point. Right now, I use takeout Chinese food and rotisserie chicken trays is what I pretty much use consistently for all the animals. And there isn't a takeout Chinese food place in Okeechobee. Nope. I think there might be, but I haven't tried it yet. I don't know. I think it has a buffet as well, so I don't trust buffets. Yeah, let me get started on that first mullet, and we'll get. All right, so I pulled out one of the mullet, and I'm just gonna, not like you're filleting a fish, I'm gonna take the rib bones and all. Now, I know they eat mullet up and down the coast, different areas of the US, even the west coast of Florida eats mullet. They don't eat mullet on the east coast of Florida. I don't know why. I know camping with a friend, I tried it one time. I didn't care for it. I didn't see the appeal. It kind of tasted like mud to me. So maybe it depends on what they're eating. So I'm trying to cut this. This is all for the littles in pieces that I think that they can eat. Trying to get the calcium from the scales. Now, that was some little trimmings off the flounder yesterday, so we'll split that up. That doesn't, I guess we're gonna have to sprinkle some calcium on this stuff. Think that's enough for that small group of 3 or no?
A little more.
They are eating like crazy, aren't
Yes,
they?
they are.
They put away a lot more food than you think. All right, so that should be good for 3. And I think their next meal needs to be a chopped up mouse or a rat. I think they need that whole prey, but they're not ready for something whole. But I do mix that in. Those guys are just difficult to feed any insects to. I mean, we can't do the, if I'm gonna say it wrong, like the dubia roaches and stuff like that.
Well, we had that can of dubia that we opened once in the biggers.
Yeah, that was, what, Fluker product from Kennan? Yeah, they did eat those. We don't, hey, Kennan, got any more of those? We always forget to ask. What are the up and coming videos? We were just discussing some of the stuff we've got going on. We got those bow fishing bows from Rob Arrington at Dare Meat for Dinner. So we're gonna go and, well, we've got a new e-bike coming.
Yep.
From a sponsorship, and so we're gonna go test that out and seek out a good area, and then you and I are gonna practice together. And I believe he's gonna film doing a bow fishing video and feeding the monitors, introducing that to his channel. So finally a good collaboration. We've been needing that, right?
Yes.
But what else did we have? I know we were just discussing this morning while I'm cutting up this fish.
Oh man, I'd have to look back on my video list.
So, do merles. What's great is the rest of this carcass, they will 100% eat the rest of that. Another monitor, like a young monitor, will eat that part of it. Which,
That chicken says, ooh, that kind of looks good to me too.
yeah, I might pick on some of that. Oh, and so fishing yesterday, we were scaring up flounder everywhere and getting short hit by flounder. So I changed my tactic and started trying to target them. I did get the one. I lost a whole bunch of them, but I was fishing too big of a bait. And what flounder will do is they'll come up behind your bait and you grab onto the back of it, and they kind of like to settle back down to the bottom. And then like 3 seconds, 4 seconds later, they try to eat the rest of the bait. But if you're fishing and something grabs your bait, your instinct is to pull.
Yeah.
And you pull it away from the flounder, or you'll start fighting the fish, and then all you'll get to the surface or halfway to the surface is a flounder doing tug of war, but he's just holding on to the back of your bait, and then he comes off. So got some smaller baits, and I mean, I would love to go back because it's very seasonal. Like, they pile up in the inlet a certain time of the year. I don't like to mess with spawning fish, pre or post spawn. I like to catch them like in their natural area. If something's going on that they're in that estuary right now, they're not there normally in those numbers. So it would be fun to go out there and target that. So how much more for those 3? Basically the same as...
Yeah, they're just a little bit bigger than that first group. Not by much,
So we're
though.
thinking more of the males are in there. It's
Yeah.
about that. The demerles.
What was it that the demerles are kind of hesitant on? Was it fish?
I think it is.
I think it's fish.
But different fish is different.
yeah.
They all react different to that stuff. So now the other group of albinos, they're putting some size on them.
Yeah.
Especially, there's like 1 or 2 in there that are ready to be separated from the group.
Yeah.
Pretty cool how fast they're growing. I guess it says how happy they are. But we are, oh, that's one of the videos. I mean, you know, we're working on that row of enclosures and we're pushing really hard to finish some of those enclosures.
Yep.
We are going to move one of those groups of whitethroats over into that next big enclosure, the very next one we finish.
We'll be able to get the sulfur out of the
Ivy
garage.
and Bumblebee, we're getting Bumblebee back and we're finally going to get to do that video. So that's going to be really cool. Let me look for another smaller mullet. Oh, there's a bigger jack, right? Bigger mullet. It's a good collection of stuff in there. Maybe if I take the ice blocks out.
Oh, she's found it. Excuse me, lady.
All right, well, let's finish up cutting this up for the littles, and then we can show, oh, she's like taking off with the chicken. We're gonna have to stop her from that.
All right, let me go stop the chicken from stealing the fish. So I am back up at the house. I have all of my platters of fish, and one of the things that I wanted to do was feed a whole fish to one of the animals. So I've got a whole fish here for this big man, the big male albino. Man, how stinking cool is it that we were able to go out and have a fun day of fishing and catch all these awesome fish and then come home and feed it to the animals? I just think that is so stinking cool. All right, what do you think, buddy? I just changed your water 2 seconds ago and you've already got it dirty, so I know you've been moving around. Come on, big man. Come on, big man. You wanna smell it? Come a little closer. Right on the head. There you go. All right. Let's see. Oh, you want to season it a little bit first. Okay, that's yummy. He's like, I'm just making sure. I saw you making its tail flip. I'm just making sure it's dead first. All right. There he goes, crunching the head like he would in the wild. Oh, wow. Oh, how cool is that? How cool is that? Down the hatch, huh, buddy? That was awesome. You made quick work of that, didn't you? That's too cool. Let's see if the female wants fish too. Well, this girl was so excited. She kind of got a jump start. Having a little fish snack. But I think it's pretty safe to say that these guys definitely enjoy the fish fillets. Like, hang on, let me swallow my last bite first. It's so cool how they'll push their necks side to side to help that food down their throats. You got it? There you go. Now you got it. You're so beautiful. You are beautiful. We're gonna let her enjoy the rest of her platter and see if Raven the black dragon wants some fish as well. All right, so this girl is the lovely black dragon female that came from Geo. She was previously named Toothless, and we have renamed her. We have decided on the name suggestion of Raven. We both really liked the name Raven. Let's see, what do you think about fish? What do you think about fish, darling? You want to go pick out the piece yourself? I need to wiggle it a little for you. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Yum. There she goes. You're standing on the rest of it, you goober. All right, this is kind of a big one. Are you gonna be able to get this down? We'll find out, won't we? Here's a solid size piece. She's so polite about the way she takes food, huh? Here. You're good girls. You're good girls. Oh yeah, the fish is a hit. All right, one of my favorite fellows. This is that beautiful male sulfur. He is always down for a meal. Oh, is it a little more slimy than you expected? Oh, you wanna try it again? He's like, oh, what do you think of that, huh? Okay, maybe the head is a little weird to start off with, huh? You want a different piece from the platter? Here, this is more like a piece of sushi. What is that, buddy? What is that? You don't know what to think of that, do you? You ever go to eat a meal and the first bite is just like, it's not all that appealing, and then you're just not excited to eat the rest of the meal? I feel like that's what happened here. Do you want to come pick from the tray yourself? I'm like, no, I'd rather go for a walk, actually. I'd rather go for a walk. All right, well, I'll leave the tray in here with you, and you can decide when you want to eat it later. How about that? You can decide when you want to eat it later. Handsome man Boba. What do you think, Boba? Oh, yeah. Boba says, I was hungry. Boba, you look beautiful today in the sunshine, buddy. You look gorgeous today. Man, the yellow on him really pops in the sunshine. And he is making quick work of his fish meal. All right, buddy, last bite. There you go. Down the hatch. A minute flat, and he's got it all down. That is funny. Good job, Boba. Good job, Boba. This girl ate so quickly, she's already on the last piece of her fish. But next, I think we should go see this male whitethroat who is so excited. I just put this tray of fish on the top of his enclosure. He's so excited about this fish. He was just climbing the screen, ready to go. Now we're gonna have to be careful about having a piece of fish ready for him immediately. There you go. There you go. All right. Now we can open him up a little more. You are also looking lovely in the sunshine, my little friend. Look at just the colors that are popping on him. You look great, buddy. All right, we're gonna put his tray in there with him, let him enjoy the rest of his meal, and then go check back in with Jerry.
All right, I'm soaking wet. Well, a little sweat, and I had to rinse all the fish guts and stuff off my face. You were just filming and feeding all the animals up front, yes. But this is showing the feed trays. Now, Miko, we've been hitting him kind of light on food. I want him to be lean, but I mean, that's just showing you, like, there is so much meat in the head of these fish, and I don't know what it is. Like, us as Americans, like, we eat the fillets off the fish, or we'll like head, gut, but we eat like the body meat, and then we leave all the rest. And then, you know, like, I have Cuban friends and stuff like that, and I've met people in the islands in Central South America, and they like will make soup out of the grouper heads or the mutton snapper heads. There's so much meat. And I know one of the big things is the collar. Of course, this one's cut short, but all the meat around the pectoral fins, which the fish uses to stabilize itself. It's the fins that are like right there. A lot of meat in there. And the monitors are gonna do well with it. That looks like a piece of stomach or intestine. I guess he's got all jack. I tried to separate what they were getting. I mean, look, there's the head of the snook, or part of the head of the snook. There's jack in there, there's mullet in there. Ladyfish, it's all mixed up.
They're getting a sushi platter.
Yeah. and I don't feel bad about feeding the monitors hard when it's all natural raw fish. It's not a fattening protein, so I don't feel bad about it. So we're gonna feed Miko,
hey,
the jack. He's hanging right above the door, so he's in an odd spot. He is definitely excitable for food, especially when his mom is feeding him.
You want to smell first? Ooh, what is that? Can you get in there with...
Get him down. Yeah.
Come on, buddy. Warm up for me?
She's going to give him some exercise. This is her usual routine. There you go.
How's that fish?
He's like, oh man, I was hoping that was a mouse.
He's always loved fish too, though.
Has he gotten it with so much bone and skin on?
There was a couple times that I've gotten him fish from like a bait store, and
okay.
He's gotten live fish and put in a bowl of water where he's actually gotten to hunt them.
Probably shiners. I would love to see that.
He has a lot of fun going after that.
Oh, we could probably do that with some of the brim from the pond.
Yeah.
We have some kids over here fishing, and they one gets the hook in him bad, and instead of letting him go where he may not make it, maybe we'll try that with Miko and see. He likes it.
Oh yeah.
And really, he is the perfect body weight right now. I like that. I like seeing his wrinkle. He is handsome, and he's getting more comfortable. And now the plan is to move him one cage forward to where Bubba is, where he actually has some better branches, and then we're going to do that cage custom specifically for Miko with a lot more branches in it. It's going to be really cool. And it'd be nice to get some vining plants in there.
Yeah.
Some beans?
Beans?
Oh, beans.
Pothos?
Yeah. Beans.
Beans.
All right, let's leave the rest for him and let's move on to the next. We have a lot of animals to feed.
I think Bubba.
Setting up all those trays on the ground and feeding, getting it all prepared. I feel like I'm running a cafeteria. Pete, you're a good boy. And Bubba's got, now he has some filet with skin on, but then there's like a piece of a head, so a whole bunch of bone and good stuff.
Bubba's.
He's been eating so much egg that he's been a little odd eating now.
You hungry?
But his body weight looks so much better the way we've been hitting him almost every day.
Come see, Bubba's.
See, funny how he uses that corner as a restroom, like almost consistently.
I think we interrupted him.
Yeah. All right, well, we don't need to film that body process. Just, we'll come back to him.
Yeah.
And I see Onyx.
Onyx. Yeah.
I would like him to get, well, I guess it doesn't matter. I left the both of them. Since she's mating, I wanted her to have a lot of calcium. So there's a lot of head meat and skull meat.
Which one is?
I guess it doesn't matter. He may need the big, I think there's bigger chunks in there. And that's not usually Onyx's tray. But his noggin is, yeah, go ahead and give him the head of that snook.
Hey, buddy.
Now if he doesn't get that right in his head, it looks so funny. The shape of it. Ugh.
It was funny, the sulfur in the garage went excitedly bit onto the head of one of the fish, and I guess it was a little more slimy for his liking, and he spat it out and then was like, I don't want it anymore. And
So you didn't eat it?
he didn't eat. I left
That's
it.
it's funny. Some of them do not like. So did he eat a fillet piece or
Nope.
not?
I offered that to him next, thinking, maybe it's a texture thing, and he decided, nope, maybe fish later, but not right now. I'm grossed out by the the slimy head.
Yeah, give him a chunk.
Ooh,
You can hear him
crunch.
crunching on that. Maybe he wanted a bit of a smaller piece. He'll swallow that down, no problem. Oh, watch out. I think a chicken just walked behind you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, went back for the noggin.
You know, he's a slow eater. That mullet head he should get down, no problem. There you go.
Oh.
Ooh. Almost a chicken in the enclosure. Chickens are free ranging today, so they're out walking around, and the chickens got quite excited about all the trays of fish. I think in the future, when we have like the backbone pieces with all the little tidbits, we
Yeah.
can let the chickens clean up
Oh,
all
they
that and get some protein.
They would love that.
Yeah, take that one. There you go, buddy. Those walking around with a nice piece of fish. And where is, oh, I see. All right, just give him his tray. Yeah,
He'll figure it out.
and figure it out.
He's got a lot to work on. That'll keep
And
him
I see-
entertained.
Sapphire is right inside the box there. It's essentially the same enclosure. Watch that, that tray is not as rigid. Been using that one for a long time. it's very soft. took my dang straw hat off.
What you think,
See
Sapphire?
some tongue action there.
Come on. A little further.
There we go.
Look
Oh,
at that
yeah.
body weight on her. She's looking good. She needs big meals. What I should have done is set her up a tray with small chunks so she could have got it down fast. Because we need her to eat. And she's like, I don't like Jack.
You know, it's the same thing with us when we go to a sushi place. Sometimes there's pieces that we like, and sometimes there's ones that we don't.
Maybe it just wasn't dirty enough.
Yeah, needed more seasoning, huh?
Crazy.
Ooh.
And with the fish, there's lots of bone pieces sticking out.
You want an easier piece? Yeah.
Give her a nice mullet chunk. There you go. You're in a weird position to swallow. It's like doing a handstand and swallowing a...
Yeah. Let's see if I can get it to come out just a little bit more.
She's putting all that pressure on her lungs too.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Are you done swallowing yet?
She probably can't swallow.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Pause for a second. Rose 1 and 2.
There she is if you want to grab me.
And she's gonna go ahead and try and get Frosty a big tray. And I am gonna try and get the female a tray. Come on, girl. There you go. We don't want the females to miss meals. And I know with these two pairs, I specifically tried to get smaller chunks for the females so they could get more food down.
You look at Miss Frosty.
Oh, look at this. That is quite... He was standing up really, really nice. So good. Good stuff. Alright, if you guys are watching, let's see. No?
He's like, oh, there's some right here.
Yeah, I don't have to work for that stuff. Ooh, that's a nice chunk for him. That's great. I do overestimate these little female whitethroats. They're not quite as big as I think when I cut it up. I think I say that to myself every time. Cut it smaller for them. They really can't swallow anything much bigger than the medium water monitors. It's about the same. At that size. Once they get bigger, I do have some pretty big items for some of the male water monitors. She's gonna try and sneak in. The
She's
top
above
tray
the
is
door.
hers. The other tray has some bigger bits for him. Yeah, get him occupied with something big.
Come down for it? You're gonna eat it up there. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have some stuff that should occupy him. Oh, watch out! I'm in the splash seats. SeaWorld.
See, those are perfect sized pieces for her to get down quickly.
Yeah, last feeding day, he really got the lion's share.
Alexander smells it in the next
Yeah,
enclosure
they're
over.
starting to pace, some of them. Oh. Feeding them fish is making me think about the coconut rice with cranberries and
We had a good dinner last night.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm having for lunch. And some flounder. Alright, I'd love to see if while the male guru Sulfur is out, if you could entice him to eat. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal a piece from his tray because I have a feeling he's gonna come over here and get all those
No,
little
that's the
tidbits.
backbone section of, like, that's a piece of the flounder. I mean, it almost looks like a potato chip, but they will eat all of that. The fins, the skin where we filleted the fish is in the trays for these monitors. That is all food for them.
Like, I don't want that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get her out of the doorway. She will. Especially if you put it like up on the shelf where, you know, once he's done with his tray, I don't think he's gonna be too quick to get it. Yeah, she's still gonna be hungry with the couple things she ate. Yeah, I think she'll climb back up there as long as she's not holding on with her tail. We're good. Hot dogs. We let them come in the shaded hallway because it's a hot one today. Here, we have a whole snapper. You want to see if Alexander will take that down? Oh, we're gonna go straight to him. Awesome. Miss Ivy's ready to eat. I'm trying to be more quiet and sit over here. Maybe Tom can zoom in on this. If I stay, you don't know if he's going to eat in front of us. She's only got a couple tongue flicks out of him when she's petting him.
See? So 2 people in here might be a little much, and there's dogs. That's a big day, huh? It's a big day.
Just touch his face with it and see if it doesn't get a tongue flick. There you go. There you go. Got that saliva. No?
He's focusing on watching the dogs walk up and down the hallway.
Okay. Set it right in front of him, maybe on the shelf.
Yeah. That was good though, buddy. At least he tongue flicked.
Yeah.
That's a start.
And that's the flounder skin right there.
Maybe a different taste. This one's wiggling. Close. I'll get to it when I want it.
Yeah, I think that's a one-on-one thing that's gonna get that to happen. I know if Pinks is in her hide box, I think if you just set that tray right there, I bet you she's gonna come running.
Yeah, she absolutely will.
Pinky!
Or maybe not.
Let's get a good wiggly piece. Pinky! Come on, Pinks.
I know you wanted to show how brilliant her color is now.
Yes.
She's into a good shed. And she's nice and wet. She was just swimming. Now that's just skin. So she'll probably come back and eat that skin, but that's a little chunk of ladyfish. Oof. I made sure not to feed that to any of the monitors in the garage because ladyfish is an oily meat. I love using it for cut bait because it puts a great scent into the water. for predators.
A big chunk, Pinky.
You guys see, when she deflates down, she just laid those eggs. Pinky is the body weight she needed to be. That was all eggs and everything that had her looking giant. She's a great size.
Made quick work of that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Look at this one. She is ready to come through the screen to you.
Yes, she is.
I think we're gonna have to feed Forrest and then maybe go through Forrest's door to get to Lily, because Lily is hanging on the door. I think we may have to do it that way.
Yeah. Look out, dogs. Back up.
And I would love to see him try and get that big snapper down. I wonder if he can. Maybe I miss. That's a pretty big fish.
Should we try the smaller one first? The mullet?
Yeah, maybe. That's ideal for me to cast net a bucket of, 5-gallon bucket of mullet and freeze him up. Well, he doesn't like the scales in his mouth. He's a weird one about some food.
This one's a little bit more meaty.
What the heck am I eating? He's gonna have to get that in the right position. A little collar of that jack, something easy for him to get down. This little piece.
You don't know what to think of this.
He's eating fish. He has definitely eaten fish before.
It's just so funny how that first bite, just like the sulfur in the garage, it kind of threw him off a little bit. There you go. There you go.
It's funny to be feeding a big monitor. I mean, you got dogs right here. Literally just feet from that lizard. They don't care.
Going back to that piece.
When the bone sticks him, he doesn't like it.
This one's softer for us.
I bet you he'll get it down. You're gonna go in and try and get Lily from the door? You think you can open the door? Lizard tricks. I want to see Miss Lily eat that half a mullet that I left for her. She's going to be voracious. She's going to need that head first. Otherwise the fins will get her. It's one of those things, they're not stupid. No, he's going after that snapper, just like I said. And that's the first one I would have went for.
Maybe we can get a good zoom in on her too. Chowing down on that. Oh, that's awesome. That's one of my favorite things is when they get a piece that almost looks impossible. They're just like, nope, I got it. We got more for you.
Oh, mullet. There you go. And that's the way you're gonna have to swallow it, girl. What?
Oh, the scales. It's so funny.
Wrong side.
There you go.
She's our smart one.
There you go.
Oh, I smelled that mullet as it was going down. The air escaped it. Oh.
Good job, Miss Lily.
Binks cleared her whole plate looking for more.
I think she's a happy camper.
Oof, get that down. Ivy is losing her mind smelling that.
We're coming, Ivy. I know this tray is empty, but I'm going to put it in here just so the dogs don't decide that fish water is their flavor of choice for today.
It's cleaner than some of the things. Oh, he's back at that mullet. Back working on that mullet. All right, guys, it's the end of the day, and we almost forgot to film digging up Lily's eggs. And like I said, there was, well, didn't do her water, but there is a slug in her water. Water is tomorrow morning. And here is her lay box. Look how smooth it is. So as a female laying, she would have that dug up, tunnels everywhere, but it's smooth, smooth, smooth. And she did that to hide the fact that she even laid eggs in there. She doesn't want us to know that she laid eggs. So now I'm gonna get in there and dig it all out and see if we can't find these eggs. Okay, we found her clutch of eggs in the corner. I had to dig out five gallon buckets of dirt. Here you got one plump and then one slug. Now these are eggs from another clutch that I found in there as I was digging up that I never dug up. That were, you know, I've been letting her lay unfertilized because she's so male aggressive. There is always a chance that a good plump egg like that could go the distance. So there's two good looking eggs. I see another one in there. An obvious slug. Oh, I see two other good looking eggs. There's one. You never know. Oh, I see more. Oof. Slug. She used to lay such massive clutches. I'm curious if that number is decreasing. Now we do know there was one in the water. Oh, that's good looking. Well, it looks good. This one looks real pretty. of course it's starting to rain on me. Why wouldn't it? When I'm digging in the mud, why wouldn't it start raining? Now, oof, I'm starting to see some really putrid looking eggs. And I wonder if these eggs, well, no, they're from this clutch. I don't know. Is that from an old clutch? Yeah, that's an old clutch of eggs. So she actually laid these eggs. I can't tell you what is old, what is new, but these eggs were in the ground. So she laid these new eggs. I can't tell you what's new, what's old. I'm gonna dig up real quick and let you know if I find any more. All right, that was it. It was a whole mess of new and old eggs. Those are all the ones that I can't tell. That might be 2 other clutches. There are some good eggs there that are worth incubating. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean everything up and get those in the incubator. The rest, I'm not even gonna feed anything. Some of those old eggs, I may take a scissor to and open up and just see if they tried to take. They're obviously bad now and broken from her trying to dig and stuff. Look, she's absolutely investigating what just happened. She's extremely alert, very upset that I blocked her into her hide box, and she knows. I think she has a pretty good idea of what just happened. I am giving her some nice clean water though. So, and she enjoyed some really good fish today. But I think that's it for the eggs. I guess we overheated the GoPro on that one. And now we're going into Ivy's enclosure, who is voracious. She's gaining her weight back to cycle again after laying that last clutch of eggs. Hey girl.
Just gotta smell it first. Oh yeah.
I hope you're seeing this, Ed. Ed Waldrop donated her to us well over, I guess, a year and a half ago now. Him and his wife Joni came down and brought her and Aqua to my other house. And we need to check in on Aqua again soon. Adam with the quail who's going to be setting him up in another new enclosure when he gets to that new property. So it's going to be cool to see. She's still trying to get that bite down. So she's got a pretty solid tray. I wanted to hit her hard with food. So she's got plenty.
Unlimited buffet.
He did not get, Forrest did not get the snapper down yet. He's walking around. He's going back to it though.
You're not full already.
No. She's still trying to swallow. It's so funny, like they get something down and then it's like a light switch when they're ready to eat again.
Oh, still going.
That stuff's got bones, so. She doesn't have that piece of sliced bread on the table to, when you get a little bone stuck in your throat, you chew up that piece of bread and you swallow that wad of bread. It'll help dislodge that bone and get it out of your throat. try a different type of fish. As soon as you took it away, she like lit up like she wanted the fish. No.
Does this one smell any better? Oh, yep, it sure does.
Was that a piece of snook?
Oh.
Ooh. I think that was like a piece of the snook collar or something like
She
that.
wanted it with seasoning. So funny.
She's very interested in Forrest and his enclosure. Alright. I truly am leaving, even if she turns around and goes right after it.
Alright, I'm leaving this here for you guys.
Guru Sulfur male is using his tray of fish as a pillow. 100% using it as a pillow. I have no idea if he tried to eat some when we were away, but Lily ate all hers, Pinky ate all hers. Forrest still has some stuff to get down, but that's good. If I put a food item in front of him that he could swallow down in 30 seconds, what is he going to do with the rest of his day? It's going to give him something to do and work on.
Sunny's behind the water.
Yeah, Sunny has been hiding there instead of, and yes, it is time to do waters. We were fishing yesterday, so this is one day of the mud in the waters, and it's just muddy water. It's just what they do. And these two won't eat in front of us, but I would love to see, if I shut my mouth, see what the male black dragon's gonna do.
You hungry? You hungry?
Last time he came out for food for me.
And that was for a rat, so it could have been a different scenario for him. Watch your hair. There's some ants by your hair where it's touching the ground. See the ants? They're getting close to your shoe. It's okay if he doesn't eat. We can go to, you put your hair right in the ants. Your hair is in the ants.
Well, he was coming out, so it was a risk I was willing to take.
You want ants biting you in the head?
Come on, buddy.
You thought about coming out to eat it.
It's probably as much as we'll end up seeing.
That's
here.
fine. And that's the head of the flounder right there. That other piece you had?
This one?
Nope.
This one?
Yep.
Ooh.
And there's the two eyes
Oh, yeah.
in the mouth of the flounder.
Oh boy.
They have quite a big mouth.
This is next snack.
Wasn't a small flounder. Okay, and now I believe Alexander.
Alexander!
I would like to see him try and get that snapper down.
Alright, buddy.
Here we go. He's in his hide basket.
Oh, there you go. See, he's smart. He's gonna come all the way out so that his lungs aren't pressed on.
And that mangrove snapper wasn't a giant. I think it was just under 11 inches. The other one was a bit bigger. It gets a little wide though at the backbone, but once I think he gets the head down, it should. I've seen him eat bigger.
Oh man, that chicken drumstick that we gave him once that was twice the size of his head that he got down no problem.
He's got it right to there, and then he's felt the dorsal pin bones, and then it's a commitment. If you get it halfway down, you got to finish the job. There you go, folks. It goes down. He folds it in. See, he's like, I don't know. No, you're committed to it now. It's not coming out. Nope. Keep it going down. It's okay. He's not going to go for anything until he figures that out.
Yeah.
I know. He doesn't know what to think about.
He goes.
It's when he pauses, then he feels all those bones in his throat. There you go. He's like, give me a meaty piece. Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, that other one's a chunker. That's like the head of one of those big jacks. You see that big knot on the top of that of bone? Right at the top.
That big lump?
Yeah, that is all bone, and that's in the head of the jack. He bit by that bone.
Oh wow.
It's a solid bone. It's like a calcium pill.
You want it on the ground.
I guess his tray looked bigger on the ground. He really didn't have that much. 3 chunks. And I guess I should have cut that one again. And then he had like the flounder skin and.
Well, like you said, it'll give him something to do. And he's got some flounder and snook skin to work on after that.
Yeah, he'll get it down. He'll break it up and get it into a position he likes. But a very healthy meal for him, for all of them, not too fattening. I would love to see her eat that ladyfish egg. You guys see the eyes on that ladyfish? They're massive, and they do a lot of hunting at night. Or in deep, dark holes in the river. Well, I think that's it.
I doubt these two are gonna eat for the camera.
Yeah, none of these guys aren't gonna eat for the camera. We can check back on Onyx and see how he did with his fish.
Oh, Forrest has that piece down.
He got it down. Forrest or Alexander?
Alexander.
And the chickens are cleaning up whatever good little pieces are over there. All the splatter. I mean, the ground got splattered pretty much like my shirt. Cleaning up the trays in this aisle. Huh? Diamond was out. She ate half her tray. Miko finished his. Bubba did a little bit on his. But
Wow. Did he?
he finished it. She's got a little. So Onyx finished all those big pieces. Super cool. I think the next fish video is going to be us, wasn't even pointing the camera at us. The next fish video, don't laugh at me too hard, is going to be yeah, I'm not that good at this. is gonna be tilapia again. So we're gonna go bow fishing and get some tilapia. So I believe that's gonna be with Rob, but we're gonna go on those e-bikes and scope out and look for areas.
That'll be cool.
And maybe take a couple practice shots and see if we can get dialed in, because I haven't bow fished with a conventional bow. So I need to get dialed in or I'm gonna look like a clown bow fishing with Rob. But I think that's it for today, guys. Until next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. See you soon.